What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about WLFI today, World Liberty Financial. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. The purpose of this video really is to discuss why I believe WLFI will continue to drop. I hear mixed things going on. I want to address some of the bull logic, the bullish side, the pro WLFI going through the roof logic. I want to address why it's flawed. Okay, a lot of people right now, what I'm hearing is, if everybody's short on WLFI, if everybody expects it to go down, what does that tell you? Well, it means it's going to go up. I hear that happening a lot, but it's like, who are you to say that everybody's saying that? And maybe everybody is saying that, but that doesn't mean that everybody's making a play off it, right? If we're actually looking at the WLFI metrics here on CoinGlass over the past 7 days, there are a lot of shorts compared to longs, absolutely, compared to longs. But the amount of shorts that there are is 58 million. That's pretty low. That's actually pretty low for something that has a market cap of 5.7 billion, right? That's really not that much. So the idea that people have to the bullish effect is that, well, if everybody's shorting WLFI, then it's going to go up, right? Because they're going to stop hunt those shorts, and maybe they'll stop hunt some of them. Maybe there'll be some volatility, right? Maybe there'll be people buying or going long, just in speculation of that alone. Those are a lot of maybes, though, right? The reality is there are a lot of tokens that are being unlocked. There are a lot of people that have been, let's say, disappointed so far with what their initial unlock prices, right? Their tokens have been held up for a very long time, and they're getting minimal returns, and compared to a lot of coins that are pre-sale ICO coins. Um, I've heard a lot of people are discouraged and disappointed with that. All I'm trying to say by that is there's a lot of selling pressure coming in. You have a $5 billion market cap coin. This thing just came out. It's clearly a money grab. There's no crypto that's ever existed that came out with a multi-billion-dollar market cap that didn't tank 60 to 40 or 40 to 60% within its first couple months, if not even more than that, right? And most of them actually do tank more than 60% in their first couple of months. So the idea that I'm trying to address here is that WLFI, while it is true that people are shorting it, I'm looking at the Hyperliquid. I would pull it up, but I'm not going to pull it up just because it would take some time. It's on a different tab, and my computer's being laggy today. But I'm looking at it right now. WLFI on Hyperliquid, the funding rate is positive toward the shorts, so there are more people shorting, but it's very minimal. It's like 0.0013. That's really not that high. That's not a really high funding rate at all. So yes, the shorts are outweighing the longs, but I think we know that, right? The reality is, I think that even though there are more shorts than longs, the amount of shorts there are is completely insignificant. And what is significant is the amount of selling pressure coming from the people who bought the pre-sale, coming from anybody who bought the recent highs, who panicked into it or FOMO'd into it as soon as it listed for like $10 billion, right? There's going to be a lot of selling pressure, and people have been asking me, sorry, they've been asking me what I think about the price. Like, where do I think it's going to go? Is it going to come back up? I think it will come back up. I'm sure that it'll see new all-time highs, right? If we're looking at the chart here, um, the current all-time high isn't even at $1, and I think this thing could see $2 by the end of this cycle. But that's by the end of this cycle. Over the coming months, again, we're probably going to drop. Now, with that being said, I did close my short on this wick here. I think that it is going to come up a little bit from here. Maybe we do go back to 26 cents. Maybe we go all the way back to 32 cents. I don't know. But I'm looking to open up a short on this thing because regardless of most people being bearish on it or not, I think that there's more selling pressure than there is buying pressure, and leveraged positions be damned. I don't think that should be taken into the equation right now. Right? If we're looking at this from a low to a high, you have bounced off your 1414. You're now bouncing off your 1272. Let's see how you do. Your next area would be about 27 cents to 30 cents. Okay, something in that area. If you find resistance there, if you can't get above 30.5 cents, if you cannot get, and if you wick above there, that doesn't count. If you can't close two 4-hour candles in a row above 30.5 cents, you are going lower. Absolutely, you are. If you can't even get up there, if you're stopping anywhere lower and then you come back down here, you are going lower, and there's no disputing that at all. It's the easiest thing to short. It's the easiest thing to not buy. If you don't want to leverage trade, don't leverage trade. I mean, I'm not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Probably stay away from leverage trading anything new. But I really do believe, just looking at this here, I haven't been wrong yet. this whole cycle, and I went over 8 different coins yesterday, talking about coins to stay away from, that all crypto investors should stay away from. This made the list, and the primary reason is that it has a $5.8 billion market cap. I don't care that the total supply outweighs the circulating supply. That doesn't matter. But it does matter when you have a market cap that's this high. Because when these token unlocks continue to happen month after month, the market cap is going to get hit. The price is going to get hit. People are going to sell. That's what's going to happen. And I would expect that until we get to something that's at least below a $2 billion market cap, if not likely below a $1 billion market cap, I would expect this thing's going to continue to drop. So there's really, at least for me, as far as from a point of investing goes, there's no interest in this thing, right? If you bought the pre-sale and you want to hold and you have faith in it, okay, I don't blame you. I get that. That's fine. Don't let me shake you out. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying, whenever there are unlocks, it doesn't matter if it's in stocks or in crypto, there's always selling pressure. Whenever there's unlocks, there's always selling pressure. And I mean, it's a new coin worth billions of dollars. It's a brand new coin, and as it lists, it's worth billions of dollars. There's always selling pressure. If you want to identify a money grab, right? I don't care if you like Donald Trump. I don't care if you don't like Donald Trump. That's not what this is about, all right? That's not at all, it has nothing to do with this, right? I would love it if this coin went to the moon and everybody who was holding it made money. But the reality of the situation is that's not what happens, right? And I've called this for a bunch of different coins this cycle, specifically based on these exact parameters of having a completely undiluted supply, but specifically also having an absurdly high market cap while coming out, right? This is how we knew that Pudgy Penguins would drop. This is how we knew that SWE would be stagnant and underperform. This is how we knew that Hype would drop back in December of last year. This is how we knew, I mean, I'm drawing a blank on all these other ones, but Pepe hasn't really performed well since, whenever it was listed on a DEX, whenever it was just a DEX coin, it did really well. But then as soon as it gets listed on all these major exchanges, it's worth billions of dollars. It slows down, right? As soon as everybody's aware of it and the marketing starts happening, that's whenever it slows down, because it's not there for you to make money as an investor. It's there for the early adopters to make the money, for the team to make the money, and that's exactly what's happening with WLFI. I want to say there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's something that you're allowed to do, and if you market, it's like a business. If you market it properly, then you get a reward for it. But the consequence of that reward is that there are people who buy the top, they buy your bags, and now they're the ones left holding the bag. That's the consequence of it. If you hold the bag long enough, it will come back. But why do that when there's so many other cryptos that'll way outperform WLFI? There's no need to hold WLFI, you guys. In my genuine opinion, this thing, if we're looking at it here, no coin by the end of its first cycle sees a market cap that's above $100 billion, and most of them don't even get to $80 billion. With that in mind, you're at about $5.8 billion now. You would be lucky. You would be lucky, especially with all the token unlocks that'll happen between now and the end of the cycle. You'd be absurdly lucky to get a 10x here. I do think this thing could see a $2 price, but much past $2, not likely. Okay, above $1, sure, but you would be lucky to get a 10x in price from here by the end of the cycle. And if if that is appealing to you, just invest in Chainlink or XRP or Cardano or Solana or Ethereum. You're probably going to do just as good, if not likely better, with most of those. Dogecoin, if a 10x is all it takes to appeal to you, maybe don't invest in a brand new coin that's worth billions of dollars that you have to sit through some downside with first. Because if I had to give it a statistical probability, you guys, and I know that this is a meme, anytime somebody says this in the space, it's a meme, but I would give it a 100% probability that this coin is going to go to zero. Or no, not zero, sorry. 100% probability that this coin is going to drop a lot, though. It's going to drop below a $1 billion market cap. It's going to drop below a $2 billion market cap, okay? 50% drop or more from the current price. I'd give it a 100% probability. And I know, anything's possible. I know. I mean, technically, if we're being real, it should be like 90-something%, but I'm just that confident. I'm that confident that it's going to go lower, not go to zero. It's not going to go to zero. I'm confident in that. I would also bet that it's not going to zero, but it will come back, and it probably will be worth $2 at the most, or somewhere just above there. If not, certainly above $1, $1.50 by the end of this cycle. But I don't think you're going to get a 10x with this thing, even at these prices. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and avoid poor choices in your investments. Take care. Bye-bye.